Hello, welcome back. I think we are going to dive into another 3 looks, 1 palette video. I know, I do them a lot, but I have a lot of makeup and I want to revisit palettes that maybe don't get as much attention as they should. And this is how I like doing it. Today, we're going to be featuring Warms My Blood from Unearthly Cosmetics. I know people are going to maybe feel a way about this. Lots of us have this. Unfortunately, lots of you also don't have it because it was limited edition, hard to come by, and just, yeah, it's not available anymore. This was their release for Halloween like 2-3 years ago now. I would love it if Unearthly Cosmetics did something like this again. I don't know if we're ever going to see that in the cards, but either way, I have this palette. I did put a poll up on my Instagram asking what palette people wanted next, and this was by far the winner. So the masses have spoken. We're doing it. So let's dive in. All right, so for maybe the small fraction of you who haven't seen it yet, this is what the inside of the palette looks like. A gorgeous, just very like vampy, I know, I'm so funny, play on a neutral palette. So we do have some neutral tones. We have these 2 rows of just absolutely stunning shimmers, like lots of multi-chromes, duochromes, and just super gorgeous, even satins in that. And then some more bright mattes here, definitely still staying in the more kind of darker kind of idea of a color story, but very, very much honoring, you know, Queen of the Damned, which this is what this is based off of. And yeah, I just can't wait to dive in. So I think for this look, I want to do something where I'm going to for sure be taking Lestat and Forsaken as my mattes, maybe a little bit of Alone too. And then I think the shimmer I'm going to like focus on is this one here called Queen. It's just this beautiful like purple gold. Let's see if it focuses in. Are you going to focus? No? No, it's because my face is there. Let's try this again. Just this beautiful, like purpley gold kind of a shift. It's probably not even the best swatch, but I love it and I want to feature it. So that's that. Anyways, let's dive in. First, I'm going to take Forsaken, which is the black, and I'm taking that on this like little Morphe brush that's from a set that has no name and also isn't available anymore. So just some sort of fine detail brush is what you need. And I'm going to want to do like a little design on the inside, and then we're going to do like a winged out kind of thing in the outer corner. So I'm going to go up like this and curve. Try to anyways. I probably should be using even a more fine brush, but whatever. We can clean up. I want it to like dip like that, and then go out again. So curve and out, something like that. Okay, so we will end up like cleaning up under there, so the design will look a little bit more crisp, but we're just gonna leave it for now because we're gonna be doing some blending and we'll probably make a mess, so what's the point in cleaning up when you have to clean up again? So now I'm gonna take this other Morphe brush, like a pencil brush. Oh wow, it's not Morphe. For some reason I thought this was a Morphe one. This is a ColourPop E10 pencil brush. And then pick up that gray Lestat. Tap off, and we're just going to start to try to add on top of that. I might even actually have to take a bit of the white stone just to sort of do a final blend out, because this gray is definitely still pretty deep. And I don't want it to, like, it just needs to be able to blend out a bit further. So yeah, we'll have to take another small brush. Actually, yeah, let's do this one. This is from BH Cosmetics. Wouldn't this be so hilarious if this like said it was like the Aaliyah, whatever. Wasn't that the actress's name for Queen of the Damned? I don't know. Who knows? I'm taking the white stone, yep. And I'm going to start buffing out the edge of that gray. We can always add a little bit more of the gray back in, but I want to make sure that this is really nice and buffed out. Let's go in just the teensiest, tiniest, a little bit more of Lestat again. Right, and then just that same brush we just used for stone, but no more product on it. I'm just gonna go back in again. Perfect, something just like that. I'm gonna go catch up the other eye and we'll clean this up. I'm gonna do all that off camera because you just don't need to see that fiddly stuff happen. So be right back. All right, we're gonna looking all cleaned up. Next, we are going to, I am going to take an angled brush. This is a Morphe one, actually Morphe brush this time. And I'm gonna dip back into that black Forsaken. And I'm gonna start to create like my wing, sort of a spot here. But I really wanted to like keep things even more crisp. I could put some tape here, but I just don't feel like doing that. So I'm not going to, but if you were like recreating this look or something and you wanted it to like just have that more crisp line, then by all means. I'm actually going to switch this KVD Beauty angled brush because it's just a bit more like thin. So I think it's going to allow me to get just a better line, yeah. Going from there, and I can switch back. Ooh, picked up a stray hair somewhere. Pick that Morphe one back up. And I'm just gonna start filling this in a bit. It doesn't have to again be like crisp because we're gonna build color. I say color, the gray, and then the white out from that. But I want to make sure this is going all the way in. That way we have that depth. All right. And then I'm actually gonna use this brush that I used for the white at the top on the other side. I'm gonna use that for the gray. One, not to dirty another brush, and two, I just think it'll be nice for that. We're just gonna start building that up. I'm gonna be using the white again, so I don't really need to like blend this one out so much. It's more just stamping it on and making sure that the pigmentation is there. And we'll probably add a little bit more black up just to make sure that's prominent. All right, and then now we're gonna grab a new brush. What one do we want? It's a bit big. About this one. It is a Morphe brush, just like a little blender brush. And I'm gonna go into Stoned. And we're just gonna start tapping that all over. So into the inner corner. Top of where the gray is, kinda. I'm not gonna worry about like right up against the other line just because we're gonna put the shimmer underneath this cut. I want to lay this down so the white is there where it'll meet the shimmer. All right, And then we're gonna go back in with Lestat. And just re-intensify that. And I'm gonna take that brush that we just had the white on, but no new product on it. And just blend. I think I actually need a small, fluffier brush. I take this one. It's BH Cosmetics number 105. Again, it's probably from a set, but I'm gonna take a little bit of Lestat on this, and I just feel like I need something that has like a little bit more blendability, like blending power than the last one. Is there like some excess color of something else on here? I feel like I'm getting some other tones in. And then back in. So this is what I always talk about. It's just blend, blend, blend. A little bit more stoned. Or stone. I keep wanting to say stoned. It's stone. No D at the end. All right, I'm pretty happy with that blend. I'm gonna go catch up on the other eye and probably have to change my camera battery because I can see it is dying. And we'll get onto the shimmer, which is the super exciting part. Okay, now that we are all caught up, I did place down some NYX glitter glue already just to get that laid down. And then I'm gonna go in with the same brush I used to do that, and it's just like this little round flat brush from a paint set. But I love to use these for placing down shimmers, especially when I want more precise line. So I'm going to take that brush and go directly into the shimmer. So again, we're going to take the shade Queen. So I'm just going to try to like load up my brush as much as possible. And then we're going to go, I think I'm going to go like into like this dip spot kind of first. Sorry, trying to be in frame, not have the mirror there, but also see what I am doing. So I'm gonna like kind of like sort of completely fill in this inner corner part, going up into like this little like dip area. And then when we get like more like out here, like I am gonna go against the line, but I also sort of just want it to like sort of start to diffuse, fade off. So not gonna be as opaque there. So hopefully that makes sense. Oh, just love this shade so much. Hopefully the camera is picking up just how beautiful it is. But Unearthly, they kill it with their shimmers. And like they've only even gotten better. Like this is amazing, but they've even like stepped it up with their newer palettes. So, oh my gosh, if you haven't tried the brand yet, do so. Do so. All right, now that the lid and all that's done, we're gonna do the lower lash line and we're gonna go in with some gel liner from Unearthly Cosmetics. Who's surprised? This is the shade Onyx, which is their black. I'm just picking that up on a angle brush. This one is a MAC 266, sort of fading in that, so I can't really read the numbers that well anymore, but hey, I guess like, you know, when you've had a brush for that long that it must be good if it has withstood the test of time. Okay, now that we have the liner on, I'm going to take some of the black Forsaken. I'm just taking that again on this BH Cosmetics brush that we used earlier. And I'm just going to try to smudge this out a little bit. Create a little bit of depth and stuff down here. Really just something like that. I'm pretty happy with that level. All right, and then I think I'm going to take a little bit of Awaken, this sort of like white opalescent sort of a shade. I'm going to take that just on my pinky. We're just going to stamp that heavily in the inner corner and pulling down into the lower lash line a bit, and almost sort of this bit of a tears moment, but I think I'm okay with that for this look. It's a very flaky shade, so it's the kind that does function better if used with your finger. So it's the most ideal application. All right, I think that's more or less it for the shadows. I think I'm just gonna go kind of finish off like the look, like the lashes, lips. I don't doubt I will probably add a little pizzazzy bits like gems. I might even take like a liner and like do like one strip of a color. I'm thinking purple right there, but it's gonna be so fast and small. I don't think you need to see me do that on camera. So just bibbity bobbity boo. I'll be right back. Okay, here is the finished look. I love the like stormy, witchy vibes that this is giving me. I'm here for it. I finished off the look with some Ione lashes, of course. I think anything in like this butterfly line, I don't know if this is just like their regular line that they have sort of all the time, but it doesn't have, like, it says that the style sort of, it describes it as an XL wispy dramatic, but it doesn't have like a name or anything, so no idea. I originally had on some highlight earlier from Milk Cosmetics. I think it was a combo of like Pink Moon and Morning Star, which were beautiful, but I thought this look, if any, could carry off my just love for this Kaleidos highlight. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyways, this is the Kaleidos Space Age highlight in Prophecy. Oh my gosh, I just look at how gorgeous this is. I don't use it enough just because trying to use a highlight like this, it just not out every look can pull it off. So I don't always rock it, but glad when I get a chance to. And then for my lips, I went in with Unearthly Cosmetics Satin Liquid Lip in Savage. This is just like my go-to black. I absolutely love it. And I just say rock a black like you'd rock a neutral. It's just, it is a neutral. So love that. And yeah, I just added some like little kind of pearly gems at the bottom, and I couldn't help it. I went in with some liner. This is from Gavisi Beauty in Gelato. It's part of their like retro liner line, and I just love this, and I think that little pop of purple complements like the multi-chrome sparkliness and like the black and gray, and I think it's fabulous. So that's all that matters. I love it. Anyways, let's move on to creating 2 more looks and see what else we get up to. So see you there in a sec. All right, on to look number 2. I kept going back and forth as to what kind of look I just felt like doing today. And I just feel like doing something sort of smoky, sparkly, and probably playing with more of like the neutral tones in this, because it's what I'm feeling, and I feel like it'll go with how I've accessorized today. So we're doing it. I am going to delve into like the gorgeous browns, probably like the golden shimmers, and yeah, that's what we're doing. So let's dig into it. All right, so we're gonna basically be kind of going down this row of mattes here. Maybe not every single one. We're gonna start off with the black to kind of create our shape and depth and then go from there. So first I'm gonna take this Morphe little kind of round flat brush. Sorry, I always feel like I get shadow all over my hands and I don't even sometimes know how. Anyways, we're going to dip into this and we're going to start building up some depth just a little bit. I don't want like black to overtake this look. I just want to create some shape. And then sometimes it's just nice to have that like black laid down first just to sort out where you're going from there. And then I'm going to take this very terribly stained Unearthly Cosmetics brush. It's just like a flat shader. And I'm going to go into the, oof, hit myself in the face with it, next deepest shade called Alone, which is just a nice deep dark brown. And we're going to pick up a little bit of that just on the tip and start kind of going up from that. Again, I still don't want too much of this yet. So we can get more like blown out and add more. If it gets out of control, then it's hard to bring it back. And then another flat packer brush, a bit smaller this time, another Morphe one. We're gonna go into, I think we're gonna skip over Mother for now because it's just very like almost reddish. And I actually just want to go right into this one, which is called Violin. And we're going to pick that up and just start blending even more. And I don't feel like I want the shadows to go like too far into my brow bone, so I just really want to try to keep at least the inner corner part more inwards. Just how I am feeling about this. And then we'll bring it to the outer corner as well. Might drag up, I think, like the deep shades up a bit more. But I'm not really going to go too crazy with how blown out I make this. And then just for shiz and giggles, we'll take a blank, like a no product blending brush. And this is from, it's technically Unearthly Cosmetics, but I got this brush set when it was still Alien Cosmetics. It's the A5. I'm sure they have a similar brush in their current lineup. We're just going to lightly go over the edges. And then I'm going to go back in with the deeper shades. So first we'll take Alone. Might have to get like a little kind of small blending brush to help with the blend between Alone and Violin. I guess I could try to bring in a little bit of that Mother shade, but as of right now, I just really don't want to. And I almost want the deeper shades actually to be a bit more prominent than Violin. Like I feel like Violin is going to mostly just be there to help blend out, but I don't want it to be uber prominent. And then let's go back in with the black Forsaken. Fabulous black. Just make sure that everything is blending seamlessly. Just like that. Oh, there it is. It's always right by me. I don't know why I always think I'm meant to look far. Then let's go in with some NYX glitter glue and just this nameless small flat round brush. And we're gonna slap this all over the middle. All right. And then we're going to take, I think we're going to do 2 shimmers. So we're going to take Centuries to kind of be on like the outer parts. And then put Akasha right in the middle, just as a gorgeous golden pop. So we're going to go right in with that same brush. And then I'm going to flip that brush over and pick up Akasha. Beautiful gold. Like it's just, am I flipping it the right way? It's just like looking at like melted gold. So beautiful. Put that in the middle. And it'll just be a nice way to like brighten up that bronzy shimmer. Just kind of round off. Sometimes like I'll kind of tap up my shimmers to go towards the brow bone. I think with this one I'm just going to kind of round it off where we've rounded everything else off, just to keep it all sort of nice and smooth. And then I'm going to jump right back in with Forsaken. And we're just going to tap that on the edges of that bronzy shade, both on the inner and outer corners. And then even just a little tinge of the Alone shade too. Not going to do it with the lightest shade though, but I love that. Definitely have some fallout, so careful, but not too bad. I was trying to be really good about tapping my brush off. I think I'm going to go repeat this on the other eye before we jump into the lower lash, so we'll be right back. All right, so next we're going in with a gel liner, again from Unearthly Cosmetics. This was from the Morning Mariposa, and it is in Estrella, but it's this gorgeous, just molten gold one, and this is the kind of look this is perfect for, so I am going to go in with that. And one of the things I just love so much about this formula is just how, I don't even know if it's picking up on camera, but just like, I've had this for a while and it is just so creamy still, and I just love these. So can't recommend this formula enough. You should know this by now. If you've watched any of my videos, I use these in almost every single look. So taking that on a small, just nameless flat brush, and I'm going to start putting that on my waterline. All right, now that we have that on, so now that that is on, we are going to start adding some shadows to the lower lash. A lot of times, whatever gel liner I use, I'll then use that kind of into like the lash line as well to like help with the initial depth blend. But since we went with gold and I'm not like blending out gold on my lower lash, we'll just place shadow down. I'm not really blending on top of the gel liner. So I'm going to take this small Morphe brush again, no name because it's from just like a set, and we're going to dab into the black Forsaken, and we're going to try to go like right up against the lash line to create a little initial depth. So just like that, I didn't take it all the way into the inner corner because I want to kind of keep that a little bit gold. I put some of like the gel liner more kind of in like outside of the waterline in the inner corner, and I'm probably going to put a little bit of the gold shimmer there as well. But I just wanted to create a little bit of depth right under the lash line. So we're going to go in with a brush, again, with like no product on it. Sure, this will work. It's from Unearthly Cosmetics. And we're just going to like go along that black and just try to make sure it's nice and blended, but I'm not trying to like smoke it out too much. Perfect, just like that. I just wanted to soften the line a little bit, and then like we made sure that the black was connecting to um, the outer corner. And then I need like a small little detail brush. I guess this will work. It's just a small, again, like little round Morphe brush. And I'm going to dip into that Akasha shade. I'm not putting any NYX glitter glue down right now. I think I'd be happy with this just kind of as is. And I'm going to have that and try to make sure I have the side with like that I picked up the product on facing up. And we're just going to start to place that on the inner corner on top of where we had that gel liner, connecting to the very inner corner and smoothing it like out into like the black a little bit. But just like that, I think it adds just a nice little pop, and it's just another way we can bring the gold in and have these like little gold accents. So I'm gonna go put that on the other eye, like do the lower lash line, and then we'll just come back to see the finished look. So be right back. Okay, here it is, the finished look. Of course, added some embellishments. I couldn't help it, but just like a few gold pearly details just to kick it up a notch. To finish the look, I went in with some Ioni lashes. Who's surprised? Again, from like this like butterfly collection that appears to have like no real descriptive name. And then for my lips, I went with a combo from ColourPop Cosmetics and Unearthly Cosmetics. For my lip liner, I went with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Control, just this beautiful kind of mid to deep brown. And then from Unearthly in the satin liquid lip, I went in with the shade Jasmine, which is just this beautiful kind of grungy, mustardy brown, baby poop brown. I love it. It's not a shade that I get to pull out all the time, just because I feel like it very much kind of can polarize a look. Like I'm not afraid to wear the color, but it's whether or not the tone will go with the look that I'm wearing. Anyways, love this combo. Really happy with how the look turned out. You know, it's something that is still really bold and fun and dramatic without being a super complicated look. I really like to mix it up. I've been having a lot of fun. For a second, I thought I felt one of the gems fall off. I've been having a lot of fun doing some more complicated, involved looks and really pushing myself. But it's just really fun to mix it up and do something like this. So without rambling on too long, let's just move on to look number 3. Okay, let's do look number 3. We're gonna go for something a bit dramatic with this one. So let's see how we get through it. Okay, we're gonna really lean into like the red and black kind of aspect of this palette. You know, the Worms My Blood, Queen of the Damned inspired palette, so vampires. So let's do like a vampire glam. So I'm gonna start off with Forsaken the black, and I'm gonna take it on this little Morphe flat round brush. So I have a mirror, and we're going to make sure our base is spread out. And I'm going to start placing this, creating my upper shape that I want to do first. So I kind of want to do sort of a swoop, kind of a shape like that. And we'll clean up the edge after. And then moving on to the next shade, we're going to take Marius, which is sort of like, not sort of, it is like the deepest red in the palette. And we're going to start putting that on the edge of the black. I'm using this just small like e.l.f. brush. It's the e.l.f. smudge brush, it says. It's a really old one. I don't know if they make this specific brush anymore, but all right, and then taking a small blending brush, smallest one I can find right now, we're going to take the lighter and like brighter red. It almost kind of has a bit of an orangey tone to it, but it's the shade here called Drink. And I'm going to pick a bit of that up. We're going to start trying to blend out this red a bit. Probably would be a bit better if I was using like more of like a pencil brush for this, but and I'm going to dip in with the same brush just a little bit into the white stone. I'm just going to use that on the edge right here just to make sure the brow bone area is blended smoothly. And then just another small blending brush. I'm going to go back into Marius. I haven't watched the movie in a long time, so I can't 100% remember how to say all the names. But I'm going to re-intensify this shade. Beautiful. And then I guess just going back in with that first brush that we used for Forsaken, just a little bit more of that black. And a bit back in with that first brush that we used the red on, the deep red Marius. Just trying to make sure that this blends with the black smoothly. Okay, next I want to add some graphic liner, like some liner just to kind of border that. So I'm going to take the white from Gavissi Beauty called Skate Date and just on a little kind of liner brush. And I'm just going to go along the bottom of that. Try to do it in frame. We'll see how this goes. Not too bad, a little bit finicky. We'll now take a little bit more of the eye base that we used just to like clean this up. I just didn't want to do that till after the graphic liner in case I had to clean up the bottom of that. So first I'm going to take the same brush without any additional product on it because I probably have some residual stuff, which I do. Okay, now to create the bottom shape that I want. So I'm going to take this little angled brush. This is from Essence. It's just a precise eyeliner brush. I don't think they unfortunately make this one anymore. I have a bunch of them because I used to love using this brush for my brows, but just make sure I don't get liner all over my arm. And I'm going to start creating like a wing. I'm not too worried about being too crisp because we're going to like blend out on the bottom lash line, but so I don't feel like I need to like use any tape or anything. If I didn't say, I'm going in with the black Forsaken. And make sure to kind of have it out a little bit. It's a little similar to a recent look, which I don't know if you'll have seen it yet on my Instagram and TikTok, but a bit similar to that look, but whatever. Sometimes you gotta repeat your looks, just twist them up a bit, or it's a different color story, but it's hard coming up with like a new look all the time. I feel like I need something that's like a little bit more precise. This is not feeling like a sharp enough grabbing another one of those brushes. It's the same kind of brush from Essence, but it doesn't seem as like kind of frayed and stuff as that one. So I think I might get a bit better of a line. Yeah, better. All right, and then this is another like Morphe kind of small rounded brush. I'm gonna go into that deep red, Marius, and we're just gonna stamp right beside that. Then taking some NYX glitter glue and a flat brush of some sort. Sure, let's go with this one. It's from Urban Decay. It's a shadow brush. I feel like I probably got this in, they almost always, a lot of times have brushes that come in palettes. So I can almost guarantee you I got this with some sort of palette. I just can't remember which one. And we're just gonna place this. All right, and then with that same brush, we're gonna go into, I guess I should hold it up, Immortality, which is this beautiful like satiny red metallic. So it's not like glittery or anything, but it's just got the most beautiful like silky satiny. Like to me it like looks like silk sheets kind of thing. And we're gonna place that. And then doing a little bit more white liner. I don't want to bring it like all the way into my inner corner. Oops, just drop that all over my hair. I don't want to bring this all the way into my inner corner. I just kind of want it to go out to the wing and then like pull it in a little bit. then we're gonna just try to blend, finesse the edge of that. Perfect. All right. And then I'm just going to take some black liner. I'm using this one from Unearthly Cosmetics. It's their, I always forget what this is called, and it's sharpened so much, but it's just like their gel pencil liner. And it's in the shade Black Onyx. I need them to, like, with their potted gel liners and with these, just make like every color imaginable, because the formula is just by far the absolute best for your waterline. And then of course we're first going to go in with Forsaken, just on that little angle brush. And then on that small kind of flat Morphe brush, I want to take a little bit of that Marius shade. Right. And then on that shader brush that we used earlier with Drink, we're going to take a bit more of that Drink shade. I'm just going to start blowing this out, especially out here. Well, it's being a little bit difficult. I don't want to get it all over the liner, or I want that very edge to be somewhat crisp. Okay, so I think that's more or less it for the look. I'm probably, no, I say probably, I am gonna add some gems somewhere. I'm not exactly sure the placement yet, and I just don't feel like fiddling with that on camera. I don't think like in a video is the best place to get like your inspiration or direction on gem placement, at least not with me. I find my inspo just by going and looking at people's like Instagram pictures and stuff and being like, oh, I never thought about placing it there. So that's what I suggest. So that's why I'm not doing it on camera, but I'll come back, the look will be finished, and we'll just see it all together. All right, here it is, the finished look. Definitely went for something vampy, but like, how could we not, given the theme? Like, look at it, you know, Vampire Queen. We gotta try to live up to that. As you can see, I did end up adding some rhinestones. I went back and forth about it. I actually kind of solidly thought I wasn't going to add any because I just liked the look how it was. But then I just knew I had these gorgeous glimmery red gemstones and I just had to. So I went for it. I think they just add a fun little flair to it. Kind of almost looks like glistening blood droplets. So let's just make it a little bit more horrific. But yeah, I'm happy with that. For my lips, I went in with this lip liner from NYX Cosmetics in the shade Burgundy. Just is what it is, a gorgeous burgundy lip liner. And then if I had known that I was going to go with this lipstick, I would have used the Tiffany lip liner from Glamlight, but I went in with the Tiffany lipstick from the Chucky collection from Glamlight. Again, just a gorgeous like burgundy, almost like brick red kind of tone, which I just thought this really played off the vampy feel. I almost went in with one from Unearthly Cosmetics in their satin liquid lip called Minerva, but I just felt it was a little too bright red and just wasn't the tone I was going for. I really need like a deep kind of a red, like brick red from them, which I had to double check what they have in like their bullet lipstick. I think from the Dream whatever collection that was. I'm totally brain farting on this. They had some bullet lipsticks definitely with that. I don't think there was anything though that was like red toned at all. Like they were all like more like grayy purple nude. But Unearthly, I could use a like brick red. I need it in my collection and I need it in one of your formulas. But yeah, we went in with some Ione lashes. Don't know what ones. They're from Butterfly Collection, but yeah, go to Dollar Tree, take a look to see what they have. But yeah, this is the, final bit of our 3-look, 1 palette series with the Warms My Blood palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. I don't know why I keep brain farting so much. I'm just having like issues speaking right now. I don't know what's going on. This look just took all my brain power, I guess. But yeah, I had a lot of fun creating this. I will definitely put another poll up soon on my Instagram, so make sure you're following me on there, Spooky Mama Glam there, and TikTok. But I'll put another poll up eventually trying to pick the next palette for the series, because it does take a while when I start one of these to do it, and I'm trying to like spread out doing them so like every upload isn't an hour-long 3-look 1 palette video. Also, like I've been seeing, like I know Angie on YouTube, I think also like Angelica Nyqvist, I think also Batty Bean, I'm sure some other people do, Rachel Pomer, I can't remember. Anyways, I'll link them down below if I remember. I'm sure you know who they are, but they do these videos where it's like, 3 or 4 palettes and like a look for each and like combining different palettes in one. I don't feel like I'm so overrun with palettes that I need to like combine them, but if that's the sort of video that you'd be interested in seeing, let me know and I can pick some palettes to combine some looks into, like do a look with each one and mix it up that way so it's not the same palette in 3 different looks. But I really like this series. Yeah, give this video a like, a comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate any of those things that help my channel a lot. And like I said, check out my other socials, and that's pretty much about it. I don't want to ramble on any longer. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!